bagpipe intro. There we are. As the bagpipes play us to a
me.
close here in Scotland, we are here for the recap. I'll give the event a 9 out of 10 for the entire weekend. John, what's your number out of 10 quickly?
8.
CJ?
Mm,
All inclusive programming,
yeah,
judging.
I probably would have liked the camera really pissed me off towards the end, man. I felt like they were really missing like the last day, but I 8.5. I'll split the difference.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with the programming. I do have a problem with we did not know what the standards were. We did not know what the time caps were. And
yeah,
until it started.
The announcers all that needs to be said beforehand.
Sure.
We were just trying to figure it out on the fly. We had no idea.
The PFAA will be going to bat for us on that. You gotta become a card-carrying member. Look at this real quick though. Gerardo Feria, new member. Thanks, you, sir. Man. What's up, Kenny?
What's up?
Yeah, go ahead.
They missed the time cap there. What was it? 17 minutes on the handstand walk one, and then 7 minutes on the
we'll take a closer look at that because
the time cap one wasn't
tomfoolery going on. There's definitely some tomfoolery. Let's take it event by event for the events today, but just quickly, we definitely do have a fittest man on earth. We had to pretend for the last couple months, this whole James Sprague scenario. We don't have to pretend anymore. The real fittest man is Jeff Adler. We have the proof. It was laid out clearly for us this weekend. Jeff Adler's on a level of his own. And obviously, and Tia.
And Laura.
Yeah.
They're both in a tier of their own.
They're on different planets, but I think Laura's on her own planet as well.
Yeah.
Sure. I think Laura's like the moon and then like Tia's like Mars. Everyone else is on Earth. So it's like
yeah.
Staggered.
I'm with you on that, yeah.
Let's take a look.
And Fraser's the sun.
Let's do event 7. Let's run it from the top.
All right, event 7. The big news was Haley Adams can't do a lateral pegboard. And I hate to say it, Travis, if I picked anybody but Haley, I think I would have won the whole thing.
Yeah, you would have ran away with it.
I would have, out of everybody in that one pick. It's wild.
Yes, she was a favorite to.
Go ahead.
I was going to say she was a favorite for a lot of people to have a top finish in that event, and I think a lot of us kind of misread that event. We were tagging Justin, tagging Haley to do well due to their GHD skiing capabilities. It really didn't matter, and it kind of just came down to this lateral pegboard. Haley actually got lucked out she ended up with a 16th, like tied for 16th. So, it kind of looked like she was going to be dead last. But yeah, I'll say about this event, let me know what you guys think. With the programming we had, the big difference between Boz and Dave. With Boz, we had these stop gates, right? These high skill movements. You either got it or you don't. And I think with the lateral pegboard and then the log muscle up, we're seeing glimpses of that. And I don't really like it. And we were talking about that yesterday with it narrowing the fitness gap for somebody like Guy. So Guy was hanging in these type of events where if they didn't have these super high skill movements, either you got it or you don't. He wouldn't be. And I'm not a fan of them, especially two of them in an event like this. What do you guys think? Am I wrong
2 out of 9
saying that?
No, I think if we see it as a primary, sorry, Bennett's gonna break my window. Go ahead. Someone else.
Yeah. I'll mute you for a sec. Go ahead, John. What do you think?
Reword the question.
So, here's my issue. I'll phrase it this way. We saw Laura absolutely decimate this event. It was I think she was about 13 minutes, right? She decimated this event.
Yep.
It had ski erg, GHDs, but she comes across the finish line like nasal breathing.
Yeah.
It's one of those events where you could have just done the lateral pegboards, you get the same outcome. One of those ones. Am I wrong in saying that?
I see what you're saying.
Am I wrong in even saying that? And then
I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong.
It's
literally who could do the lateral pegboard the best. I mean, Brent Fikowski was the same thing. He was the best one at the lateral pegboard. Nobody was even close.
Sure.
And then even like Gazan broke it up a ton, but she was, obviously she's one of the best pullers, and Tia is one of the best pullers. I don't think the ski or GHG played a role into any of it. It literally, especially for the women more than the men. But I mean, the men were struggling too. I really, no, I agree, Travis. I think you should have had to run up a hill or something, and that way there's just a little more fitness to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And
or make it one lateral pegboard, but do it on the way and on the way back. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like you have to hit it a whole bunch of times, but short.
So this thing kind of ended up the same as the log muscle up event. You might as well have just done the log muscle ups.
I do think the log muscle up one's a little more fitnessy.
For sure. With rowing thrusters, I'll say, but it's still like it was just a massive stop gate.
So the question was, are these appropriate in sport? And I think I think like having something that's very, very high skill, if you have it or you don't, or like a learning curve component, it's literally in the definition of fitness, right? So I do think it's appropriate. I don't think it's appropriate for a large percentage of the competition, right? And that's just the unfortunate thing when you put in a skill that people can't practice, is that there will be, no matter what. Now, if everyone was relatively good at it, then it would be a fitness test. But because the skill is such the separator, right, then it just doesn't look the same, right? Like if other people could do it like Laura, then she would have had to push, right? But she gets the benefit. Same thing with Brent, right? They get the benefit because they were just better at this specific skill. The same could be said with a legless rope climb, right? Like if you were just that much better than the field, then usually whatever it's paired with, you don't have to push that hard, right? So do I think it needs to be a large percentage of the training or of the competition? No, I do think it's okay for one or two events, maybe not out of 9. And like I said, I think the log muscle up had more fitness in it. Maybe if it was a little bit lower number, maybe it would have balanced out there. But I think the pegboard was fine because if there were races, right? There were people having to push within it that were of similar capacity within the pegboard.
Yeah, well, I think for event 7, the only heat that it played out like they were hoping, or it should have, was the final heat of men. Like that was the only heat where we were racing. The rest of it was like you got half the people standing there staring at the pegboard. You got maybe a couple that are like getting through it quickly, and then a couple.
Sure,
that
it was
like,
hard.
Eh.
Yeah, it was hard, and there was a lot of fatigue.
Yeah, I gave the event a 9 out of 10 at the start of the show. Maybe I'll dock it down to an 8 because it seemed like my biggest critique of the event is just like, and we'll get into it more as we go event by event, but time caps, and it seemed like maybe there's just some shitty like testing, and you can say like for the lateral pegboard that it's on the athletes, like they should be adapting, or it was just sad what some of the women were able to do on the pegboard. But I think it's the responsibility of the programmers, the event organizers. Like you got to meet the athletes where they are, because at the end of the day, you're trying to put on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Show.
Well,
so
I think this is like
there.
I think more so it's women versus men, right? So let's see how many women finished. Half the field finished. No, 7 finished in the women. How many finished in the men?
Everybody except
because
Giorgio, I think.
Right. So that's the biggest player, right? And so this is the problem, and this is, I think, one of the biggest problems in CrossFit is they try to create this equality of programming and similarity, but it then creates a substantially different test, right? The test is now different, right? And that's not okay. So I think we had how many people within a minute of each other in the men? So 1457, I don't know, 5 people within a minute, right? 3rd through 7th. That's not that bad, right? I think that's like usually the race that we want to see. That means people are racing at that point, right? It is the separator, but within a minute on a 16-minute test, that means I think that it was pretty well balanced for the men. I think for the women, it's probably not the same.
I disagree completely.
Okay, tell me why.
I just because you have a good race doesn't mean that it's well balanced. That like what I'm saying is, and I think what Travis is saying, Travis, correct me if I'm putting words in your mouth, is that
something to smell.
Whoever, like, you could just do the 30 pegboards for time, and that's your winner. You might have races within that 30 pegboards for time, but is it well balanced if it's just whoever would win 30 pegboards for time is the winner? That's not well balanced. That's just one thing. It's like a max lift, but it's a pegboard, right? It's a gymnastics movement. But so like if for instance, if the snatch weight in event 2 was 275, why do we even have the other stuff?
Well,
yeah, sure.
And at 225, it was almost like that, right?
No, but like, there's fitness involved to it though. Like, like Dallon's not going to win 275. It's not about who's the strongest. It's barbell cycling under fatigue.
Yeah. But to a degree, it was
right. The snatches meant the most. I'm saying make him mean even more. And then, like, Guy's still your winner, but we would have a whole different slew of people that come in after that. I don't think it's a balanced test at all. I just think people are close to each other.
So you're saying so on that, then it's basically saying that the pegboards were still too much, right? So that we shouldn't have anything that has like that much weights within a singular movement within a workout, unless it's like a strength event or a ladder or whatever. Is that what you're saying? Like, it should all be more fitness biased. We shouldn't have.
I think that one workouts at all. I think that one specifically should be more fitness biased.
Yeah, I think you just got to be careful with weighting it too much. But anywho, hey Jody, Vicky asked, did making them stay in a line on the pegboard was that an issue? I don't know enough about the lateral pegboard to say otherwise.
I would say it no. Probably the only way that I would say is there were some like nuances within standards, like John was saying, that were new to us. Maybe they knew, right? But if you don't know and you're practicing a certain way, that kind of sucks, right? Like,
yeah.
What else was it? Like the sear bell. Like, I know no one practiced it, but it was like, all right, now you have to do them all on one arm. How far ahead did they get that information? It doesn't make a huge difference, but it does make some, right? So I feel like the pegboard there, it's like, all right, you got to stay in a line when you're practicing it. I don't know. I feel like they had some nuances and standards that were kind of why, kind of like, is that a big deal or like what was the reasoning behind it?
The handstand, the next one.
You got muted. You're muted.
Oh, I thought that was me.
I think you got unplugged.
I thought I unplugged my headphones. Apologies. I was gonna point out there on oh, he's back. Sorry, go ahead, John. You carry on with where we were at.
Handstand walk event after this, put that on full display as far as standards that we didn't know. And
like the turnaround?
Yeah, the turnaround, line you could come down on, the red lines were right by the white lines. Like, it was just
right.
Different stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of silly.
People only did 80 double unders in the first 2 rounds.
Who?
Danny Spiegel.
Like,
yeah,
she actually only did 80, or
guaranteed.
Huh.
So there's that was some issues, like lacking the overlay, lacking some detail. Lacking the overlay on the stream, some detail on the standards makes it tough to watch and not viewer friendly. And then I think with the last minute, it sounds like for the athletes getting relatively last minute like standards and briefing, like it's just not good for them either. And I don't know. Everyone's and I'm indifferent to the PFA, but people are clown on them and shit. But that is one thing they advocate for. Like it just doesn't do anyone favors by running a competition like that. And we all have complaints when they do the last minute shit like that. And then you have people that are like, oh, it's it's got to be unknown and unknowable still. It's just it doesn't do anything good for anyone.
Like,
there's no benefit
besides chaos, right? Like besides chaos specifically, unknown and unknowable doesn't mean that you shouldn't know how the workout's going to flow until 5 seconds before it starts. So they're substantially different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right?
But people are using that like unknown and unknowable argument for the purpose of like to excuse. Jesus, is that
Amazon?
People are using that using that as an excuse for like this kind of clown shit that we're getting. But anyways, I digress.
Amazon.
Back to the. Oh, nice. Back to the event. Dallin Pepper was crushing. He was in second there right up till the end. We saw him blow up on the on the pegboard with 14th. He's a big boy. It's a lot of weight to be moving
Same
around.
with Danny, right? Isn't that exactly what happened to her?
Yeah, she had a rip. She had a rip. Yeah.
Oh, did she rip? Okay.
She was ripped up. Yeah. And she took 7 minutes to do her last pegboard.
Yeah. She was there by a good margin for sure.
Tough dragging that lower half around. I didn't pick Mr. Garrett in my Heat 1. I was about to. For some reason, this event just struck me as one that like Ricky would be handy on the pegboard, and he really wasn't. He got 13th. Yeah,
like
down the board.
He's a good rope climber though, isn't he? So there's just like a skill component. John, you were saying someone couldn't learn in our thread. Were you talking about Haley? You were saying that like they don't learn new skills or whatever.
I know Adler.
Yeah.
Like Jeff.
Today. I had to be Haley, right? Because you picked her. That's what I mean.
I don't think it was Haley.
Okay.
Yeah, Jeff crushed that event. And just to the point I was making earlier about, maybe we all were to a degree about the narrowing of the fitness gap. Like skier, GHD, gymnastics movement, and Guy's got 8th in a 16-minute workout. He's beating Medeiros. Yeah. Look at the women quick. Is there anything that stood out there? Obviously, Laura had the performance of the weekend relative to the field in that event. Mana Nanganese was crushing it. She was in like 6 up until some point near the end, and then she had a rough couple final events. We got dogs everywhere on this show.
I'm sorry.
Everyone. That wasn't me. You know, Duke.
Mine are going to bark a little bit in a minute.
Oh, you're good. Anything else you guys want to point out on the women? I think Emma Tall got kind of screwed. Sounds like she had a lat injury with a lot of pulling on the final day. Kind of fucked her. She ended up 6. I think she may have been maybe my podium favorite if she wasn't injured. What do you think? Big old juicy lats on
her. Coming into the last day, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Was she injured? Was that the play?
Yeah. It sounds like she had a lat injury. So
last day didn't pair up pretty well. Sure.
Lat, a lot of pulling bicep work here on this last day. Haley Adams absolutely cooked on that event.
Yeah, that was interesting. Even more so on the handstand walk workout. She just really struggled with the rope.
Yeah,
shows that size plays size does help. Like pure strength,
size does matter.
Help with the rope. Size does matter.
She sucks at double unders. I kind of feel bad. Bad for
like she's double unders, which is such a strange fucking thing. Just to be like, that's such a wild concept.
Yeah. Crazy. I kind of feel bad for her. She's been on this spiritual journey the last year, when much has been made of Haley's mental and emotional growth, and she's out there having fun. But then she really did get hammered with a couple events, like just standing out there. Those embarrassing moments. I do feel bad for her, but hopefully she handles it all right. Let's take a look at event 8, which was the heavy double unders, lunge and handstand walk, where the standards were all over the place. I did pass out on the couch just in time for Medeiros to win. He kind of came out of nowhere. We did have him pegged as a rock solid overhead.
Yeah, they didn't even have, this was like one of the camera issues. Like it was just on Jay and Brent the whole time. It didn't talk about Justin once. Then it was like, oh, Justin won. And I was like, you guys fucking suck. Like, how did that happen?
I might drop a resume into the production van for one of these events in the future and see if I can do it, because I don't know. Yeah, we seem to miss quite a few races. But I just don't get it. Really, I'd say maybe like a surprising finish. James Sprague getting a 3rd there.
Yeah, he did good.
Yeah, it is a surprising finish for James. I will say, I think Gabby is a solid 3rd. I think she would have been 3rd very easily.
Oh, I agree 100%.
Yeah, Sarah pointing out that she ended up 10th. Oh, did she end up 10th or top 10? Somewhere in the mix. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Otherwise, for the men here, this event was good. Who do I want to point out? Guy again. Guy getting what place did he get in this event? 12. Okay, so maybe not that great. For some reason
I mean, it's right there.
Whatever. He beat Vellner. Apparently Vellner was sick, but if you're getting beat by Guy.
Does this count as our collapse of the overhead?
I didn't see that. I know. Yeah, we'll have to take a look at that on the bingo card. I did not see. I think I was kind of dozing off during this heat. Woke up at 3 a.m. My goddamn dog was itching herself in the bed. So that was that. Any other thoughts? I think, what was event 8? Did we have event 8, we had a 17-minute time cap again. I don't know what that's about. Like if it was like yesterday for the events on Saturday, it seemed like they had, 2014 headband, spiky hair, clamshell necklace, Rich Froning test the workouts. They might have had John Young test these 3 on Sunday with the time caps. Because I think John gets in under the time cap on event 8.
Oh, man.
17-minute cap, I think he's in there. I think he's honestly sets a 10 on the dubs.
Honestly,
for sure.
This seems like a really fun workout to do. This would be a really good workout for me to do. Not because I'm good at it, but because it would be a good it would be a hard workout for me.
Yeah.
Fuck. I bet the heavy rope actually like helps you from like a relative to the field comparison.
Not this field. I mean, so what just like in
general.
Yeah. What can you guys do with a heavy? So I only have a Zeus rope, but I can do 100 unbroken. I can do 100 unbroken with the Zeus rope.
That's impressive.
Yeah,
100 unbroken with the Zeus rope is hard. I think I'm
pond water.
No, like that. Like that's it. That's it. I'm talking like, okay, we're done now for a while.
Yeah,
like
maybe I've never tried, but I don't think I can get 100. But I can do almost 300 with a regular rope.
Right. Well, but I'm just asking like for y'all's ability because I know that's my ability. Like I got 100, and that's and then
I don't think I got 100 on the Zeus rope.
You're corked.
On this rope I might this rogue because this one's lighter than the Zeus rope.
It's the handles, right? Not the rope.
Well, the rope is heavier, but it is the handles are too. It's heavier than a normal rope. But it's not super heavy. Let's see, rogue weighted rope. Let's see what it is.
So Laura wins this event in devastating fashion, beating Tia by about a minute. I didn't really see that coming. Don't really think of her as being the overhead queen necessarily. Did you see that coming, John?
Double unders.
Like heavy dumbbells, good for her, but
double unders, man.
I didn't see that coming.
Heavy rope.
Double unders.
She went unbroken. Yeah. She went unbroken the whole time, I think.
Dude, who? Laura, I think so. I did not.
Tia was taking calculated breaks.
I didn't see Laura. I did not think this is not an event you'd be like Laura's going to mop the field. So what Laura did in event 9 or 8 is what she should have done in event 9. Yeah, and it kind of pisses me off because event 8, and not just because I picked her in heat 1, but event 8, that's the most of the reason. But she's starting to give me Vellner vibes though, because Vellner would do this and it would piss me off. Is like when he knows he has his spot. He doesn't really try in the last event. But event 8, she killed everybody. Like something like so badly to the point where you're like, hey, what's the P score on this? When somebody asks, what's the P score on this? That means like it's disgusting how much she's beating everybody by.
Well, she did that in back-to-back events too. Pegboard and then this event she was crushing. Yeah, super.
Is Tyler gonna do P score for all of it?
He will for sure because I'm interested to see what it does because Laura had like 3 or 4 of them like that. The thing Laura must hate Alex Kazan too because Laura's the reason Alex is not on the podium. Because Ariel Lowen
were they next to each other?
So Ariel Lowen needed to beat Alex by 2 spots, and Laura Horvath was one of those spots, and like she beat her by 1 second.
Laura phoned it in.
By 1 second. Yeah.
Right here, yeah.
And so Laura Horvath, and obviously, you go out and do your own thing. And Ariel Lowen freaking had the event of her life. But Laura Horvath as performing to her peak, to her what she can do, does not lose to Ariel Lowen in that. And Alex Kazan 3rd place. And I don't like it. I don't like it when your true fitness, it doesn't. Like it gets affected by somebody else's fitness that they're just not trying. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like that's a lot of money. Alex probably just lost $30,000 because Laura didn't feel like trying.
Yeah, but you know what? You make your own destiny. Alex kind of fucked the dog in other spots. So.
No, and 100. She can't be upset because you didn't beat her, right? Like it is, but it is kind of sucky when if everybody just does their best, she's 3rd.
Yeah, fair enough.
If you're Alex, that's sucky.
But she has to know. So they went in 4-4 relative head to head. So do you really think she phoned it in? Because had she beat the head-to-head, I feel like I mean, not the, we obviously know what the conversation is, right? And we know Tia is still better, but I mean, when you're like, oh, I beat Tia head-to-head in a nine event competition, right? Like that just raises her stock. So you think she still phoned it in, even though she had a chance to be like, okay, look what I can do. You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, I watched it and it looked like she was struggling. Maybe she could have gone faster, but I don't know. I just don't see her phoning it in when like she's really trying to prove herself that she can be fitter than Tia. And she for sure believes that to her core.
Yeah, Tia beat her by almost a minute in that. I don't
Right.
think she would have gave 100% by the looks of it. Yeah, I don't know how the hell Ariel beats her, but it is what it is.
Yeah, true.
Overall, as a finale, final event, I thought we were gonna get the old clean and jerks. We got the cleans with the sandbag, something new, something different.
That's great.
To a degree.
Oh, it was good. I love that.
Yeah, I thought it was
event.
cool. I thought it was a cool event. Some good races. It was good. Let's take a quick gander at the men for event 9. Obviously, the big boys.
Man, John
Jason
with the
and Dallin
call. How'd you know?
Yeah.
That was a good one. Shut up without your fucking snarky ass answer. Do you know Jason is good at sandbags?
Yes, Jason's probably the best.
I feel like that's a pretty big call because he's not the strongest in the field.
Really? He's pretty strong, man.
I think he's the best one in the field at sandbags.
Look at these.
Sure,
top 3,
I mean
Brent,
that,
Dallin,
but
Jason.
I mean, was he at? Didn't he do the sandbag clean 2 years ago, 3 years ago? Right?
Yeah, and he tied, and he was he was at the 340 bag with all the rest of them.
Oh, was he? Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't think I realized that.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, he's strong, man, and these big guys, long arms.
Yeah.
It was those 3 were kind of well, they were top 3. How else can you say it?
Yeah.
Good race. There, so Ricky Ricky tailed off. What was his deal? Do we got any injury excuses?
I don't know. He looked tired. Like, I mean, fitness is one thing, right? Like, he just looked a little fatigued, right? Because, I mean, he's excellent at legless rope climbs. Excellent. And he just didn't, I mean, and again, there's a skill component, just a learning curve of like practicing the lateral pegboard, especially if he's been training solo and maybe doing his own thing or whatever. Maybe he just didn't touch it.
He's like, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
He tailed the hell off. Jonakowski kind of snuck in out of nowhere. He had a solid day 3, top 10. Never talked about him all weekend. Kind of thought he's on the verge of retirement. I picked Guy in Heat 1. I picked Guy in Heat 1 for that last event. He got a 9th. Didn't quite have it in the gas tank.
Dude, it's way more CNS. It's not fast enough. Like I think how Heavy Grace went is what you should more look at. And he wasn't there for Heavy Grace. You know what I'm saying?
No, I was sticking my neck out with the gi pick for sure.
It's 30 reps, man.
Yeah, no,
it's too much fitness. He was long.
I don't even know if it's too much fitness for him because the sandbag for him is so light. I think it makes up for the difference. But he's just his body weight.
Not.
I mean, it's a body weight issue, man.
What do you mean?
He's 30 pounds lighter.
And I would not have picked Hopper if it was a barbell, obviously. But like how Jeff is with the barbell, for instance, if it was 225, everybody's picking Jeff, no problem. Hopper is like that with sandbags. Like he literally, in my opinion, is that good at sandbag stuff. I mean, if you go watch the tape, he wins easily. Like it's not even close.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
especially because he kind of got to the bag at the same time, and then he kind of turned on the jets on that 5.
And shockingly, like I don't know if I said it on this podcast or the other podcast, he's got the most wins in Rogue Invitational history.
Yes, that was a WODprep exclusive
for the men.
Right.
What the hell do we make of Justin Medeiros? I thought he could potentially be in the top 3 in that final event. He gets a 17th, his worst finish, finishes 8th overall. We had him pegged for 2nd place overall at the end of the weekend. He didn't quite seem to hit the home runs on the events that we thought he would, and he did worse on the events that we thought maybe he's like a 10th place guy.
Can you organize it by
overall?
By overall.
Yeah. Is this guy? Are we just writing him off? I'm writing him off right now until.
Like he was 100 points out of 6th. So, yeah. I mean,
No, I think Justin, what you want Ricky to be, that's what I think Justin is.
What I want Ricky to be is what Justin is. Yeah. Hey.
He had to think about it. He had
had to process that. That was funny.
Yeah, well, hey, you had him pegged for second too, right?
I did.
What's his deal, man?
Yeah.
What's this guy doing?
I just think the way the events were, there were so many good events for Justin. So many good events for Justin. And they're better.
So we had Adam. I've had Adam as his coach forever. Justin trains solo in a garage around no one.
He's got Trista.
They don't train. A hell of a training partner.
And Ellie. Maybe that's why he's not fit, because he's got a Trista Ellie thing going on.
So, and this is what I was getting at. Like when Ellie was there, when they were pushing each other, that's one thing, right? Ellie's fit. Ellie was very fit at her peak, right? And when I think it kind of comes in waves. I think the iron sharpens iron mindset, right? And training camp thing does have its benefits for people that are always solo. And it's hard to really gauge. Adam doesn't coach anyone else, right?
Mm-hmm.
Either, right? So it's hard for Adam maybe sometimes to understand or see like where the field is at on a certain workout or implement or design, right? And so maybe it's just like a little bit of doesn't really feels like training's going well. Maybe it's just missing the mark a little bit.
Yeah, he definitely seems like he's lost his step. Like
you're muted. You muted yourself, John.
While we're talking about losing a step, I do want to say I apologize. I way overestimated this guy. Patrick Bellner did way worse than I thought he was going to do.
9th place.
I had him 7th place. He's at 9th place. I said it at the games, and I believe in it. I think this is the beginning of the end. I think the Bellner reign is over.
This is a hard one to come back from because, people are already writing you off. He's 34 years old.
Is this his worst road finish, John?
Yeah. Oh, and then he shows up and gets a 9th. I mean, this is probably his worst finish. I mean, obviously, then those freak games performances with the cuts and shit like that. You haven't seen him down here in the doldrums, battling it out with Guy Malheiros ever. I think he might be fucking getting written off by a lot of people. Apparently he was sick. Maybe there's some truth to that. To be honest, I'm amazed the guy's still hanging on there. He sounds like he's busy as hell. He's got kids. He's moving. He's working.
Again?
So
he's moving again? I feel like he's moved like every year.
Well, he just moved, I think like a couple months ago to Quebec. He's linking up with the French Canadians. I don't know. Now that he technically, he's obviously being coached by Michel Letendre for the entirety of his career. They were absorbed by HWPO. He is now on the HWPO to JR pipeline. We could see JR coaching this guy in the next calendar year, and that might turn him around.
No, he's not. He'll never leave Michel. I've heard Michel talk. Well, he just won't. It just doesn't make sense, right?
No, I'm just fucking with you.
Like he gets. It's always sounded like he pretty much controls his own training, and Michel sort of like supports him. You know what I mean? I don't think he's gonna.
Let's get him on the WODprep
put his graces
into
someone else. You don't want that smoke.
So yeah, he tailed off there. Where else were we talking about? Were we going overall?
I mean, dude, how about let's talk about Brent?
Yeah, I mean, aside from this 18th place, and that was in Braveheart with the handstand push-ups, he's right there with Adler with pretty much all top fives. Pretty impressive, especially when we say that Rogue has strength bias.
What does he have to get? What does he have to get on the handstand to beat Adler? 35
points. So he's 35 points back.
7.
Yeah. So if he gets like a 10th place, he wins Rogue. If he gets a 10th place on Braveheart, handstand push-ups and back squat, he would win Rogue. Pretty crazy impressive.
That would have been. I'm not gonna lie. Like you can hate PFA and whatever he's doing or whatever it is. He left with a win at Rogue, and that was it.
Yeah, would have been awesome.
I fuck with that.
He was always right there. I mean, yeah, super close to winning the games this year. Really did seem.
What was his head-to-head against Jeff? He lost. He lost the head-to-head. He won the last 4, but lost the first.
Pretty close. I think it was like.
Oh no, he didn't. No, it was 5-4. He won. He got a third in
split
event
5-4.
2.
Yeah.
So he beat the head-to-head.
Impressive.
It's pretty interesting. Yeah, that is super impressive.
Jason still stock is still rising after
ascending. He's climbing the mountain.
Yeah,
ascending.
He is climbing
the mountain. The mountain's going to look a lot different because Brent climbed the most, but then he decided to jump off.
You might have to put him on there until
you. Well, so this is what I think. I think you gotta give Brent his final mountain placing and then pull him off after that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Like on the show.
Yeah. This is where he would be, and then just get spin to let him find a way to tumble it down. He just disappears off the mountain.
Well, I have an all-time mountain that we did a show on. I still have that, so maybe I can just take him off of the active one and put him on the all-time.
Oh, that was a huge pick.
CrossFit, is John delirious yet? How you doing, John?
I'm just getting started, man.
Today was light work. We're doing a marathon. Yeah. We're on till fucking 8 p.m. tonight.
Yeah, I didn't mind coming on for this one at all because I got to sleep in. I slept till 4:50 today, and then then we're done at 10. Dude, I'm good.
I do want to point out Dallin Pepper in 5th place, 650. Only 20 points back of the podium. If he didn't have that blow up on the pegboard, if he gets a 10th, he's in the mix there. On the
I think he could have beaten Ricky. It's hard to say he was going to beat Jason because Jason was filthy at the last event. There's nothing that was going to stop Jason in that last event.
So, not just saying just that
total points
event.
Right, and he says he's fifth. He says he's fifth, but he tied for 4th.
We'll give it to him.
So Ricky's got more first place events, but obviously if the pegs didn't blow up, he'd be 4th, or he'd be higher. But
I think he would have got podium.
Look at
because he was second in that heat.
Go ahead, CJ. You're trying.
If you look at it, in total time, right, 13th to 4th, he was a minute behind 13th. So even if he did a lot better, I don't know. Go order it by event 7. I don't know if he would. I mean, he would have to get 2 minutes faster, I'm guessing.
Well, he was second in the heat, man. He was right up there.
Scroll down.
And then he fucking self-imploded. Where is he?
So
he was
up there, 14th.
Yeah, he was a minute behind 13th.
So he would have had to be a minute 45 faster. That's so long to be 4th.
That's a lot.
Or to be 10th.
I'm saying
that's so long, even if he didn't blow up.
So
for sure.
Yeah, for 10th, he would have had to get 10th place just to tie. So he wouldn't have beaten him. So then he still wouldn't have won because 9th place was 16:30. That's 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So he would have tied him at the best. And then Jason's got 2 first place wins. So Jason's still on the podium.
So does Ricky. It actually goes to their 4th place, by the way.
No, he wouldn't be tied with Dallin, though. Ricky. He wouldn't be tied with Ricky.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I was thinking Ricky and Jason. No, you're right. Yeah,
you're good.
What do we make of Ricky? Kind of looked like after about 6 events, it was wow, Ricky and Adler, Brent at that point was sneaking in there, but Ricky was right in the mix. And then tailed off. I mean, to me, I was
I don't think he tailed off. He had a 13th and then a 10th and a 6th. He got 6th in the sandbag clean ladder. If it's wheelhouse for him,
he ended up 100 points back at Jeff. And I kind of thought they were a 1 and 2. I thought they were a 1 and 2.
Yeah, but he was still behind Jeff by 50 points. He lost 50 points to Jeff on the last day. And so did just about everybody except Brent and Jason.
Right.
Fair enough. So for me, I was being harsh on the guy. I'll say that
he's not even an underdog athlete anymore. Calm down.
I'm not sure.
Are you trying to break the news? Are you trying to break the news here? Is that how that works?
Yeah, Ricky's.
You guys talked about that on Spin?
We breezed past it. We can talk about it if you want.
So Ricky, is apparently not training with Justin Kotler anymore. It seems like, we were giving Danielle Brandon a hard time for being the problem child over there, but then, what is it? There's a common denominator. It's, it's the coach over there. Maybe we start to look that someone else is responsible. I don't know. We're just speculating. What do you think, John? What do you think?
I mean,
what do you think, CJ?
Oh, John, go ahead.
I think he's going to Proven.
I thought he was going JY. I thought he was getting strength work from JY Barbell, and conditioning work from Chris Henshaw.
Ricky?
It's not true. Fuck, man.
I mean,
imagine
Danielle
him on
was her
JY
best.
barbell.
Hey, he'd be a better athlete than.
Yeah, he'd be a fucking.
I have the good drugs over here.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. I mean, wasn't Danielle her best on that year with Justin?
Yeah,
she got
fourth place. Yeah,
she got fourth. Yeah.
So it's hard to say. I mean,
any bad blood?
But that doesn't mean that there isn't like tension or whatever, or whatever the issue is.
Yeah, that's a good point.
This is an interesting.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Kenny. I'm assuming he may just want to coach on the same continent as him. Yeah, I'd imagine just being in person, right, with your crew, with your, the camp you're rocking with, makes a big difference. So I can see that. Natural for these guys to move around. Pocket.
Oh yeah, for sure. It is coming more and more natural.
Anywho, okay. What else do we think? Anything else we want to take a look at? Let's do
our bingo card.
Let's do our bingo card. Oh my goodness.
I've been excited to do that. A lot of stuff happened.
Today was a big day for the bingo card.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. I didn't look back either. Was Danielle's no rep a no rep or miscommunication? Brandon?
I didn't look.
For what
they called her back. She didn't finish the sandbags.
I don't. She was so far behind.
She was running across the finish line. The camera was on her, and like the judge called her back, and then she didn't finish the event.
She did throw a little mini fit there. Kind of looked like we were going to get a belt toss for a brief moment. I thought we were going to get a belt just yeeted right into the stands.
Jason?
I'd consider. No, not there. Danielle, when she was getting called back there, she kind of ripped the belt off aggressively.
Oh yeah, she was pissed.
Let's do our bingo card update, guys. If you haven't seen this yet, we had a bingo card we put together earlier in the week. Things we thought might happen. We are very close to a bingo, so let's go through it. Vellner's overhead. I don't know if we can say it.
So, it did. He did terrible in that event. What was his placing?
I was kind of.
So we didn't say he failed. He didn't. Yeah, but the way you worded it allows us to say that the overhead let him down. No?
He got 15th. John, what do you think? Is it the overhead letting you down if you get a 15th in that event with double unders, overhead lunge, and handstand walk?
Yeah, dude. I mean, 2 of the 3 events are
fuck it.
Shoulder stuff. Yeah.
Right.
Or overhead stuff.
Fucking send it.
Kenny DeLapp says count it. We'll count it. For sure.
Right.
Did we get a Willow appearance? Was the camera on?
I didn't watch the speech.
I did not see Willow.
No, I don't think she.
I'm guessing they didn't bring her. They might have not brought her. Then if she didn't bring her out there on the floor. Tia did win 5 events.
Tia won 5 events. Let's dab that up.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, we just got that one. That was 5 events.
Just got that one
under there. Noah cheers last place. We had all.
Now I'm gonna say, y'all tell me if you think this should count. I think he cheered himself on at the end. He was last place, and he went like this.
He was last,
and then he was like, "Yeah," and he was cheering.
He carried it across.
He was cheering himself on, and he. I think we can
cheering Chandler on too, who was second to last.
Yeah, while he was in the event.
He was in the event.
I think we're hitting that one. I really do. Yeah, I think we're hitting.
We had all kinds of antics from him on the competition floor this weekend. Even for his standards, I mean, he was like fucking
Rolf
carrying the sandbag, tackling shit, flipping.
Did Fikowski give a retirement speech?
Well, let's go up here. We're up. Somebody cries in a post-event interview. Brent was tearing up after event 7. Now, I don't know if we're going to count that crying. There's also Shane was tearing up on Tia's final event interview.
Like, why? That was also the other thing. Why?
Why are you crying? I agree.
I mean, you like being proud, right, is one thing. Like, you can always be proud, and but at some point, it's got to like go away a little bit, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
yeah. I think when the Celtics won their 8th championship, they weren't crying about it.
He was crying for the other women. He's like, God damn, I'm tired of my old lady beating up on these.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so I gave it 8.5. I gave it an 8.5 when we started the show. I'm taking it down to an 8 solely because of Kiki. Her interviews were so bad. Dude, they were so bad. But to be fair to her, it is hard to interview the same 2 people 5 and 4 times. But still, I don't know.
They should mix it up. Kiki looks like she's still got a Halloween mask on.
Sounded like Michael Jackson there.
Oh man.
Kiki.
Kiki. Do you love me? She's getting a lot of heat. I don't know. I mean, listen,
I think we stamp it up.
Somebody cries in a post-event interview. Are we stamping it? I think Brent was crying. I mean, he was tearing up.
If you don't want to stamp it,
guys.
If you don't want to stamp it, somebody definitely failed a pegboard, and that gave us a bingo.
Yeah. We're gonna get it.
No, somebody failed.
Yeah, that's a bingo diagonal.
Yeah. Oh, holy shit, guys! We're
gonna get it. We're gonna get a
right
diagonal one. 2 bingo. Well, we have 3 actually.
Wow, good eye, John. Emily Rolfe got last. Not even close. She crushed it this weekend.
I will say, Emily Rolfe. I was wrong about Emily Rolfe. Pretty much. Yeah, she handled a lot of the strength stuff a lot better than I thought she was going to. Emily Rolfe, I should apologize to Emily Rolfe. She did much better than I thought she was going to do. She killed it. I was wrong. Now, just about every single other thing I was right about, but I was wrong about Emily Rolfe.
Getting one thing wrong is not bad. Haley Adams pretty much. I was
wrong about Haley too.
Haley did almost what you thought Emily would do. Like she sucked on a lot of the strength stuff. Did we get triple bingo? I'm only seeing
the diagonal, the across, and the vertical.
Oh, this one right here. Okay, we do have triple bingo. Thank you, Camille. That does mean that somebody qualifies for the $1,000 Rogue gift card giveaway.
Whoa!
That was sponsored by JY Barbell.
There it is. Perfect. Yeah, I like that.
Oh my goodness. Okay, and Danny did not get a first and a last, which she was close.
She got neither.
Brent, we kind of got a retirement speech after event 7. Gave his thoughts on his career. Kiki prompted him. Yeah, I don't want to be too hard on Kiki. Some of the questions, we're like, but I mean, like you said, it's tough interviewing the same person over and over, and you got to kind of ask those dumbass questions, I guess, when you're doing that. But it is what it is. So I'll give her a 5. I'll give her a 5 out of 10.
We for sure got diagonal. Even if people don't count the crying, we got diagonal. We nailed it. We did it. The
bingo card was fantastic.
Yeah, it did. That worked out really well.
We'll have to do the bingo card for whatever we got up next. Maybe Dubai, Wadapalooza. Every event's got its unique flavor. We could definitely come up with
the problem with Dubai is there's no coverage, right? And
the live stream's good. The live stream is good. Yeah, it was good last year.
Oh, I always thought the live stream was terrible. Okay,
I think all of Dubai is terrible.
If we got the Sheikh, was it the Sheik or the Sheikh? How do you pronounce that? Sheik.
I mean, when you invite the 18th best in Africa, you don't deserve a competition.
That guy's obviously connected. Did we talk about Haley? What's up? Did she put on weight and get strong? Well, I don't know if we'll say she put on weight and got strong because she was still, I don't know.
I don't want to hate on Haley very much. She was not good.
Tough competition for.
Yeah, underwhelming for sure. For sure.
Sometimes, maybe she was sick. Maybe training wasn't going good. There's always these factors. So you got to we'll give her the benefit of the doubt and see how she does in the next competition. CrossFat will take the gift card, but won't accept because it means revealing myself. We'll find out who you are one day.
One day. He's in the South. I've established that. He knows too much about Alabama and Florida.
He's not a big fan of mine.
John, do you know any rumors?
That doesn't narrow it down. If anything, that makes it worse.
Do you know any rumors of Laura and Jeff not competing at the games next year? And do you think we'll see? I think we'll see more people, not just those two, whether it's those two or not.
I have heard that, but I probably heard it from the same person that Victoria heard it from, who's on another channel.
My thought on that is it would be Jeff is not marketable, so I can't imagine that his sponsorship depth is where Laura's. Laura has 2 of the biggest fucking sponsors in the world with Red Bull and Adidas. She
sponsored them. She wore that hat every chance she got.
Oh yeah, every chance she got. Good for her though, right? Like, hey.
Yeah, no, I'm all for it.
100%, all for it. I love Adidas getting into the CrossFit space too. I think that's great.
Laura has turned into one of the most unlikable people, though.
Yeah, we can't talk about that. She was, I don't know if it's the Eastern European, if it's the accent. She seemed a little nasty in some of the interviews, and also on the podium, not acknowledging
She was annoyed
Tia.
as fuck. She was annoyed as fuck at Kiki. So annoyed. Annoyed. Which is whatever.
What did she say?
So, well, she was just like, Kiki was like, asking about the pegboard. She goes, you guys always ask about this. I don't know. I climb. I'm hanging. My forearms work. I love hanging. And that was what it was. Which is, hey, I'm all for it. I think that's totally fine. I think it's fine for her to have some attitude and whatever it is. You don't have to like her. I'm definitely.
That doesn't mean you need to be. That doesn't mean you need to make a dick of a post whenever one of your competitors shatters her career.
Sure.
At the peak of her fitness, Gabby has never been more fit than she has been right now. Because I think she would have easily gotten third, and Gabby has always been with the rest. There's
John,
Tia,
this is what you're referencing here. Fuck, I can't zoom in.
Yes, 100%.
So this is Laura's post from yesterday, almost immediately after Gabby did her Achilles. We think
literally within
healthy
like
competition.
The hour.
Now I showed this to my fiance, and she goes, she didn't think that was targeted at Gabby. She said, I think that's just something people say. Love a good healthy competition. I was like, are you fucking kidding me,
dude?
What the hell?
It's not to Tia because you don't give Tia a competition. You're not good enough to give Tia a competition.
At this point, she was still down by like 80 points. Now she made a comeback.
You know what? I changed my mind on Tia. I'm glad Tia's here because if Tia wasn't here, it'd be Laura. Laura would win every competition that there's not strict deficit handstand push-ups, and then she still might win.
100%
not against Gabby. I don't know. I think it was.
It was. I think it was.
I think that's a little.
100%.
I think that's a little bit of a low blow. She just seems a little nasty.
And then if it's not about Gabby, then she's retarded.
Yeah, for sure. Then it's that. Then, like you said, maybe that Eastern European, like, just like
Susan,
not understanding.
I want to ask you a question, Susan. Would you rather be a witch or retarded? Because
let's not go that far.
I'm saying Laura is one of those things. Which one would you rather be?
No, she's not necessarily one of those things, but she is being a little nasty. And
yeah,
I don't know. I don't want people to say that, sometimes when we're critiquing the women for this type of behavior, it's like, oh, you're being sexist. If a guy was doing this, you wouldn't say that. I think the thing with the women, sometimes it just seems a little more catty because it's less direct. We're getting posts like this where it's passive aggressive. It's passive aggressive.
I'd much
rather Laura flex over Gabby after beating her.
This would have been like Jeff commenting on Roman and his ankle and being like, I don't know. Good thing I got both feet under me or something like that. You know what I mean?
That was so clever off of the top of your head. That was so good.
And so
I've always been good on my feet.
It would have been, something like that. Like, just like, I don't know. It's not okay. I agree. What I was getting at with Laura is I'm glad Laura can have a personality, and I'm glad that she is getting big sponsors. This started with, could she not do the season? With those two sponsors, I assume financially she could not do the season. I can't see Jeff not doing the season. Okay. Just because of that, I think he needs that more. I mean, granted, he did win, so he probably has some money, but I could see that more, right?
No, Jeff needs the
etc. Yeah, he does. He needs prize purse money.
So Jeff got 282 grand. 282
it's a lot of money
for winning Rogue, and that's American. That's a good pretty penny up here.
That's like $7 million Canadian.
No, it's like 350 Canadian.
350. Yeah, it's 350.
It's more than 350.
Maybe a little bit less.
It's like $1.40 right now is the exchange rate, I think. It's almost close to one and a half times roughly. But he's not gonna have to stand in the bread line up in the communist nation state that is Canada for at least a year.
400.
Fuck.
That's only Quebec.
Hey, you can say that. You can say that. That's fine.
I'm allowed to say it.
Not okay to celebrate potentially someone's injury, for sure. At any point, any sport ever.
That's crossing the line, man. Like that's crossing the line.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Danny Spiegel's caption today kind of fucked. Crazy. Danny Spiegel.
She did great. What did she finish?
Yeah,
7?
she's one of the best athletes in the field for sure.
I think it's funny her and Guy finished in the same spot. Danny Spiegel and Guy are very, like, I put them two together.
Yeah, you definitely do. You definitely do, and they have their similarities, so it is interesting. I think that.
Oh, let's look at their placings.
Let's do that. Let's do that. That's good. That's good. Okay, you want to do guys or girls?
We'll just do. Just look at Danny and just go across the board.
No, I mean I'm gonna look at Guy. So Danny got what in event 1?
Oh.
So hold on. I got guys up here, John.
Okay, I'll get girls then.
Let me hold on. How do I want to rank? Okay. So we got Guy Malheiro up 565 points in 7th place. They both got dead last, right?
No, they didn't. Danny got 18th. So like you say Guy's placement, and I'll say Danny's placement.
Okay, I got a 20th.
18th.
Okay, I got a second.
12th.
Oh, what event was that?
The snatch, the ring muscle up one. A little bit different for the men than women.
Yeah, that's fair.
Fair.
Third. 10th in event 4, Haggis.
13th.
Pretty similar. 10th in event 5.
10th.
No shit. First play. Oh, Danny. No, Guy.
But she got a penalty in this one. She would have been top 5.
And I would have won heat 1.
But she got like last, right?
She got 18th. So she would have been good at this
event,
right?
In the first round.
Yeah, she would have been like the 5th, top 5. She'd been top 5. I don't think she's beaten Laura or Emma Tall in that, but she would have been top 5.
No, but she's in the last seat. She gets the last seat for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
This is her written all over.
All right. Next.
8th.
7th.
Wow. 12th for the shoulder.
6th. So she did a little bit better in that one.
But she
only did 80 double unders. Yeah.
Right. And then 9th place.
So add 20 seconds.
Well, she did that 2 rounds. So you want to add 40 seconds?
Well, no, it'd be 40. That'd be 20 seconds. 20 double unders takes 10 seconds, 15 seconds.
Well, heavy dubs are a little bit longer.
Now, how do you explain? Okay, she got second in the finale in the sandbag event. How do you explain Guy getting a 9th and her getting a 2nd? Because I'd say it's just a body weight. She's a bigger body, similar style athlete, bigger body.
I would agree. I would agree with that.
Ooh,
I mean, size helps with sandbag. Like and Guy. So I would argue. I put Guy and Danny together. Right. I put Guy and Danny together, but I would argue Danny's more like Hopper and Guy's more like Adler. As far as like an odd object, Danny's going to thrive. Like Adler doesn't necessarily, he's good, but he doesn't thrive. A barbell, nobody can beat Adler. And then like Danny's not as great. Danny's not as great with barbell cycling. You give her 30, like Heavy Grace, she was like 6th place, right? It's not like, and Guy is much better at a barbell. But that's how I explain that. But they're very similar.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think body weight, like a lot of objects, like rewards, like total mass more than the barbell can be, just because there's so much technique within the barbell, right? Like technique can really move the needle.
Here, I got a game we can play, and then we can.
I'm ready.
Off. Let's go back to our WODprep.
John's like ready to go.
Oh, our leaderboard.
Our WODprep predictions, and then we'll compare them to mine, and we'll see who won.
Should we?
I do not know this. I only did Friend and Patrick. I don't know how y'all like ours together did.
Do you have yours up?
Yeah, I have mine. Like ready.
Hey, Natalie. Okay.
So you just want to go down the line, and then you need to keep CJ write down how many spots you're off. Okay. Does that make sense?
Oh, just by each one, just in order. Hold on.
It's be really, really tough to follow.
No, it's not. No, it's not. So you say who you have in first.
Okay. Well, hold on, but we're gonna need a leaderboard. I need the leaderboard.
No, I have the leaderboard. I'm gonna tell you what spot like how many spots.
Tia. Okay, we got Tia in first, Laura second.
Good.
You had Gabby third too.
You had Gabby third, so that's -5. Just write down 5, and then you'll add.
I'm just gonna minus. Yeah, I got it.
Okay, Gazan.
Got it on the money.
Right, Haley Adams. Oh, geez.
Haley Adams is -11.
God, she did terrible. 16th. Ariel -3.
Where do you have Ariel?
She got third, right?
Yeah, -3.
Yep.
Emma Tall. It's pretty close.
Say what spot. Say what spot.
7. Emma Tall 7.
-1.
Danielle Brandon 8.
-3.
Brooke Wells 9.
-4.
Madeline Sturt 10th.
On the money.
Very good call, guys. Paige Samantha 11th.
-2.
Brutal call in 12th place, Taylor Williamson. We put a star there. I did not want her that high.
I didn't want her high either.
Maybe I did. Fuck.
Minus 18.
That was me. I think I was
minus
18.
Minus 6. Minus 6.
Minus
Bloody
18.
hell. These team athletes, man, just can't cut it. Danny Spiegel, 13th.
That's minus 6.
6.
Wow. Emily Roll, 14th.
Dang.
That one's close.
Minus 2.
Sydney Wells, 15th.
Minus 1.
Emma McQuaid, 16th. She sucked.
Minus 4.
God, she got dead last. Man and Anganese, 17th.
Woo! Minus 8.
Fuck. How did we end up with her
Damn.
there? What Amanda Barnhart in 18th? What'd she end up?
Minus 3.
Dang, we suck.
Taylor Howe. Taylor Howe, 19.
On the money.
Good call,
go,
guys.
baby.
Dana Paran.
Paran, minus 1.
Minus 3.
Okay, what's our
3.
total seed?
All right, you want me to add this up real quick?
Yep.
All right, 16.
John, what's your total?
29, 35, 41.
My total
43,
is
44, 48, 56, 62.
50.
All right, we got 62 for the
You
women.
tied Patrick Clark.
PC, one of
You
the
know what?
brightest minds in the CrossFit space.
All right, let's do it for the men. I think we're better on the men.
All right. Just take a look at the men. All right, Jeff.
Hold on. Did I
just
start?
Jeff.
I got to check. Did I start Eckler? Hold on. He just scored. Deal. 2 seconds. Go ahead. I'm listening.
This isn't a
Let's
coffee.
fucking go.
All right.
Too
Jeff
bad.
Adler. Jeff Adler in first. Justin Medeiros in second.
Oh, my God.
Minus 6. I was worse. By the way, hey, I was way worse with the men than I was the women.
I think we were better with the men.
So we
Yeah.
might,
All right, let's go.
yeah.
Dallin Pepper in
Third.
third.
Minus 2.
Minus 2.
Hopper fourth.
Minus 1.
Vellner fifth.
Minus 4.
Wiki Gawad sixth.
Minus 2.
Brent Fikowski in seventh.
Ooh, minus 5.
Minus 5.
Sam Quant in eighth. Another bad call.
Oh, minus 6.
Damn.
Chandler
We're not looking
Smith
too
in
good.
ninth.
Another
Minus
bad
3.
call.
I know you had Chandler Smith in eighth too. So count
Yeah,
that
yeah.
point,
I had,
I'm trying to cheat.
I know.
James on the money, right?
What was
James on
James?
the money?
James 10th. No, he
10th?
got
Minus 1.
11th, I
Minus
think.
1.
We got Guy in 11th.
Minus 4.
Jay Crouch 12th.
Minus 6.
Saxon
Damn.
Panchik 13th.
Minus 4.
Bjorgvin in
Not looking
14th.
good.
Minus
Yeah, we're
2.
getting pumped. Jonakoski 15. Minus 5.
Where's Jonakoski? Yeah,
15.
minus
We got
5.
minus 5 there. Yeah, Justin in second. Brutal call. Noah in 16th.
Shit.
Minus 3. Minus 3.
He got 19th.
Yeah.
Wow. Crazy, eh? Like kind of thought.
Yeah, dude, he was trash.
Samuel in 17th.
Minus 2.
Henrik 18th. That doesn't count. He got hurt.
On the money.
He
Yeah.
ended up 18th. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ended
And
up
then
18.
Caravis 19th.
Oh.
Minus 1.
Jorge 20th. That was our
Minus
worst call
7.
of the weekend. That was a really bad call
Now,
for
hey,
Jorge.
so Noah, I was minus 10. And I thought
Wow.
for sure, like, I was going to lose to Brian because of
You
that.
put Noah in 6th?
9th. He was 19th.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
And so,
Okay.
like, you guys did not lose very much at all with Noah, and I lost so much.
Okay, what are our scores
What's
on
it
the
come
door?
out to, CJ?
Working on it.
Crunching the numbers on the back end. Pen and paper.
54.
Wow, nice.
What'd you get?
53.
Oh.
Okay, wow.
I'm just kidding. I was 60. Y'all did. It was so much
Let's go,
better.
baby.
baby. No.
Yeah. And the difference is Noah because
Yeah, no.
I had minus
we
10
didn't
with
have
Noah.
any. We didn't have any 10 spots in the men.
If you throw out Noah, which you can't, but if you throw out Noah, then I'd be minus 50 and you guys be minus 50. Like the whole difference was Noah.
Yeah, all right, we were pretty close. There's some injuries, that type of thing in the mix. That was good though.
You know what's
Good
funny
predictions.
is you guys, me,
Go lay down.
Brian,
later.
or you guys and me and Patrick Clark all predicted Heinrich to be 18th.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there was some.
Well, he would have done a lot better if he didn't get hurt.
Do you know what
I
we
don't
should
know if he
do?
would have, but there's a big gap.
I mean, he would have. He had to. He would have had to. I mean, maybe not a lot better, but he would have had to do some better.
Yeah, but
Right.
he's
Yeah,
70 points away.
We should do a tier list for performances at Rogue.
I'm down.
You guys know this tier list template?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we should do
Let's do a
show.
Time.
Not today, obviously. We should do a show, and we'll do a tier list, and like for example, like Guy could be S tier, right? Because he like performed to the highest of his capabilities.
Oh, I think he would be A tier.
Well, we can discuss it. But you get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?
This is not based on total finish, but like based on their ability, how they perform.
Like relative. So like Haley would be an F. Haley would be an F. Yeah, we should do that.
Like Emily Rolfe would probably be an A.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, got it. All right, I like it.
Valner would be an F.
Yeah.
Can you send me that link so I can make a thumbnail?
Sure.
So I'll put that that graphic in the thumbnail.
All right. So that's about it. We got
dang, dude,
overall
clock over here sucking John's dick. What's going on with this? Did you pay him off or something?
No, I didn't. That's my one fan.
Clock's a good guy. I gave the event a 9 out of 10 to start the show. After hashing it out, I'm gonna lower it down to an 8. I think they needed to step it up. With some of the programming, i.e., the programming and the time caps. I think they missed the mark.
The time caps were missed.
The thing that chaps my ass a little bit about the time caps is that it should be pretty easy. Like it should be pretty easy to get that stuff right, and they got some of them pretty wrong.
Well, this is where I think the games is kind of exceptional, right? In the sense of they kind of have maybe potentially even more resources because you have the top 40 athletes in the world at Rogue. So how do you test workouts when the best are there? And in that gap from 20 to 40 and then 20 to the rest of the world is not just like 0.1% because that's where it is on the 100% scale, right? Like it's drastic. I mean, some of them are measurably fitter than even the 60th place person in the world by.
I disagree, man. I think me and Travis should come up with better time caps. I think I can do a workout. I think I can do a workout and know what the best in the world are going to do.
The one thing with the time caps is just it wasn't like yesterday we were speculating that they were operating within the time of the broadcast and working with the strongman stuff, so they had to get it kind of tight. But then today,
they didn't have anything.
You had a couple time caps that were way too long. That's all. So
didn't they shorten it? Isn't that why they brought up the last event? Was because they just cut down the time frames with the workouts?
Maybe
like workout 7.
Like
is that how they got faster?
Yeah. All you got to do though is just think of what do you think the best in the world can do this in, like time wise, and then from there,
they were doing that, but
then from there, then just subtract like 4 to 5 minutes. But what you're saying, Travis, what you've said a bunch of times, is that they have so many stop gates that it makes the time caps really difficult because some people do it in 13 minutes and other people do it in 21 minutes, and most competitions like don't have that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not a fan of that style stuff. Yeah. So overall, I give it an 8. The broadcast is pretty solid aside from the camera stuff. Well run. We obviously got the best athletes in the world there. Always, good events. They're kind of similar theme year to year. It kind of seems like it's all just melting together. Like, it's a Rogue event, but still good. I'm just nitpicking. Still an 8 out of 10. It was good to see the crowd over in Europe was pretty sick. Other than that MDS ball diamond here in Texas.
I agree.
So
maybe they actually, they definitely didn't make money. They looks like they brought literally everything over there, but maybe they had a chance to potentially make money in time to come, or like make it a profitable event.
Someday it'll be profitable.
Yeah.
Take this pony show on the road. Give it an 8. What do we got coming up next? We're mid-November. Dubai's maybe in a month.
Yep.
Right? It's about a month out. We could tune into Dubai. I love these early morning events and stuff in Europe. It's right up my alley. So Dubai will be perfect for me. We can lock in on Dubai. WODpalooza coming up in January. We'll see if we get some of these people that aren't competing in the game season maybe want to do these other competitions.
John, what are you doing? Are you going to WODpalooza? Oh no, you're having a baby.
Yeah. I'm having a baby. I might go to the fitness experience, but that highly depends on the baby.
We'll be doing John Young tracker for when is fitness experience? Is before the due date?
A week after the baby.
Oh, okay. Yeah, shit. You might be in trouble. Other than that, we'll do a couple rogue shows after, a couple more. We'll do our tier list, whatever else. Do some other shit. Maybe a Christmas special. Maybe a WODprep Christmas special, and then that's about it.
Guys, not that anyone cares, but Bitcoin just hit 80 grand. Just saying.
Fuck.
It's gonna be a good 4 years, boys. It's gonna be a good 4 years. Let's fucking go. We're all retiring, baby.
Are you investing in Bitcoin?
To the moon. Of course I am.
I don't know what that. I don't know what that looks like, but okay.
We only deal in cash here. Me, John, and I are old school. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Good event this weekend.
All right,
good event this weekend.
It was fun. Good stuff, guys.
Yeah, enjoy your football Sunday. Whatever else you're doing, John. Oh, I almost just clicked leave studio instead of end stream. We'll catch you.
CJ didn't give balloons.
Damn it! I don't get balloons. Shit.
See you guys.